Mike Leach and WSU finally settled with Zaire Webb, but how much will Webb get paid?
And the next Whitman County election is set for November 2nd. We'll tell you the most important issues you'll be voting on. Murrow News 8 starts now.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good afternoon. I'm Dakota Cruz.
And I'm Will Wixie. Welcome to Murrow News 8. WSU agreed to a $275,000 settlement to resolve a 2018 lawsuit against former head coach Mike Leach. All parties agreed to dismiss former Cougs defensive back Zaire Webb against Leach and the university. Whitman County Superior Court Judge Gary Leiby signed off the six-figure judgment last week. Leiby dismissed the lawsuit in 2019, ruling that the university had violated Webb's due process rights, but the State Court of Appeals overturned his ruling and revived the case in late 2020. Once Leiby ruled that Webb was entitled to damages, a trial was set for November, but all parties decided to settle and dismiss the case.
Well, Governor Jay Inslee issued a new directive Thursday that requires all citizens to have vaccine proof in order to attend large events. Such events include large games, concerts, and other ticket-required events. The directive begins November 15th and applies to all outdoor events with more than 10,000 attendees and all indoor events with 1,000 people or more. A recent negative COVID-19 test can also be used to attend large events.
It's been 3 weeks since the shooting incident that happened at a party involving a WSU student. Our reporter Sona Porter went around campus to get reactions from students about campus safety and tips on how to stay safe.
WSU Pullman is among the safest campuses in the nation, according to the National Council for Home Safety and Security. But with the recent shooting involving a WSU student that left one dead and another seriously injured, how do students feel about campus safety?
I still feel safe. The campus does a lot for everybody to feel safe here.
I feel pretty safe here still. I wouldn't say it really impacted me safety-wise, but more just kind of an emotional thing for everyone.
Even though students like Kelly Babin and Madison Manning continue to have faith in the campus security team, WSU Assistant Chief of Police Steve Hansen said they must always be alert and report suspicious activities occurring day and night.
Being aware, and there's a line between being aware and being paranoid, right? So when you're walking around, just be aware of what's going on.
According to Hansen, students are not allowed to carry guns anywhere on the WSU campus or student housing. However, that doesn't mean they wouldn't have it on them, and he said that the achievement of campus safety is done through combined efforts and that it is going to take everybody to make it safe.
It's important to note that you don't know what's going through other people's heads that you don't know. Try not to escalate situations with other people just because you don't know if they do have a weapon or not, and you don't know their mental state.
Now, should you find yourself in an emergency situation during the day or at a time like this, all you need to do is find code blue phones located all over campus, just like this one. Now, all that you need to do is press on this red button for help, which will connect you to Whitman 911 Communication Center.
If you see something that's out of place, if you see something that bothers you, give us a call. Just because we go there and talk to somebody doesn't mean they're getting arrested.
Knowing who you're hanging out with and what kind of activities they do in their free time says a lot about a person.
Students are encouraged to prepare for an emergency by signing up for emergency alerts on their account at MyWSU, review the active shooter information, and familiarize themselves with the campus safety plan, both of which can be found on the school's website. In Pullman, I am Swana Porter, Murrow News 8.
The Pullman Fire Department has seen a large increase in calls over the past few months. Murrow News 8 reporter Albert James has more on how the department handled the increase and what their plans are if the trend continues.
Fire department calls are up 22% compared to this time last year. That number may seem big, though Pullman Fire Chief Mike Heston has more context.
So last year we were down with all the COVID challenges, about 13%. So actually we're probably only up about 10 or 12% this year.
So far this year, PFD has responded to over 2,200 fire and medical calls. Firefighter Scott Compertor responds to a wide frequency of calls every time he's on a 24-hour shift.
Anywhere from 5 to 20 would be average.
On one shift, he even took on 25 different calls. But Heston says his department has handled the increased call volume.
The department has been able to serve the community with just 2 fire stations. But as the city grows, Pullman hopes to open a 3rd station here on the east side of town.
Heston says that average call response times are getting longer as housing developments and more businesses pop up all over town.
We need to stay up with that growth and make sure our response times are staying within the standards.
But it may be a few years before the department gets that 3rd station up and running. In the meantime, there are ways the community can help the department keep everyone safe.
Be aware of your surroundings when you're cooking. Don't leave things unattended. That's when the building fire alarm goes off, evacuate the building so we can do our job.
Don't be afraid to call us. We are more than happy to respond. Doesn't matter what time of day.
Reporting from Pullman, Albert James, Murrow, News 8.
According to the spokesman review, Governor Inslee and Senator Murray are thinking of options to breach the lower Snake River dams. Northwest tribes and conservation groups have recently put effort into having natural barriers removed from the 4 dams between Lewiston and the Tri-Cities to restore salmon runs. However, these dams provide benefits to the local regions in the form of hydropower and irrigation, so the governor is working on plans to make sure those services are replaced if the dam is breached. And Ritzville police arrested a political activist and charged him with assault for an attack on State Senator Mark Schulzler. Glenn Stockwell was released from Adams County Jail after posting a $2,500 bond and was banned from having any contact with the senator. City Prosecutor Mark Monson said that Stockwell used his pickup truck to block a semi-truck driven by Schulzler around 8 a.m. on Monday.
Vote by mail ballots for next month's general election are being sent out Friday. Pullman voters are deciding on 3 contested races this election. Pullman City Councilman Al Sorensen is being challenged by former City Councilman Francis Benjamin. Pullman School Board Trustee Nathan Roberts is up against Carolina Silva, and Pullman Regional Hospital Commissioner Tricia Grantham is being challenged by Reed West. The vote by mail ballots must be postmarked by Election Day, Tuesday, November 2nd. They can also be dropped off anytime in the ballot boxes located around Pullman or behind the Whitman County Elections Office in Colfax.
Whitman County voters are considering a sales tax increase to maintain and upgrade emergency communications systems for first responders. If approved, Proposition 1 would increase the county sales tax by 0.1%. It would generate about $700,000 a year from the emergency radio system used by all the fire departments and in Whitman County and the Sheriff's Office. The issue will be decided during the November 2nd general election.
Voters who live around the city of Pullman, including Albion, will decide if they want to be annexed into the Pullman Regional Hospital District. If approved, the property owners would pay 30 cents per $1,000 to the hospital's annual levy, which would be $90 per year on a $3,000 home. The issue will be decided during the November 2nd vote.
And the Palouse will soon have access to fiber optic internet. The Port of Whitman County announced that high-speed fiber optic internet service should be available for the town on the Palouse today. This comes after the Port of Whitman County and Zipley Fiber partnered to construct the open access fiber optic network. The service will go live for the first few residents and businesses, followed by hundreds more in the next few weeks.
Well, WSU Family Weekend is upon us, and we'll tell you when and where the physics department annual pumpkin drop will be.
And there will also be a pumpkin giveaway in Pullman. Find out where to go when Murrow News 8 returns.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Days, months,
Hey, I'm Jim from across the street.
years,
I'd like to give you this.
a lifetime can rush by without realizing what we're missing. We lose some of the best moments, some that may never repeat,
Come on.
or detach from people around us. Our loved ones grow used to this pattern, but it doesn't have to be that way. we have a choice to take action. It's never too late to live a full life again. Hear how many of us Vietnam veterans have managed our mental health and reconnected with our families. Visit maketheconnection.net to find out more.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Well, tomorrow, WSU's Physics and Astronomy Club will host their 16th annual pumpkin drop. Head over to Webster Hall tomorrow from 11 to 1:30 to witness a smashing good time. This gravity-bound extravaganza involves dropping pumpkins of all sizes off of the highest point in Pullman, the 12th floor of Webster Hall. Additional entertainment and demonstrations for kids will be on site as well. Don't miss gravity at its best. Well, fall has officially arrived on the Palouse, and it's time to get your pumpkins right here on the WSU campus. More on the story with Catherine Jones.
It's pumpkin season on the Palouse. The WSU Eggert Family Organic Farm hosted its You Pick pumpkin sale during the first 2 weekends of October. People were able to choose from a variety of pumpkins, from pie pumpkins to jack-o'-lanterns. The wide variety makes choosing the perfect pumpkin a hard decision.
If I pick a small one, I can't really change my mind after doing it. So I wanted to pick one that I can always do something different. So I can do like a little kid, or I can do like a Frenchman with like a mustache.
Farm manager Brad Jackal says the pumpkin harvest did great this year despite the heat wave that swept through the Northwest over the summer. He says the heat caused the pumpkins to mature quicker than usual, and more made it to full size than normal. The heat wave may have helped the pumpkin harvest, but freezing temperatures still make pumpkins go bad quickly. So as nighttime temperatures drop, make sure to bring your pumpkins indoors. Erin Chattel helped out at the pumpkin patch and says the turnout was good. She worked at the farm over the summer and saw the process of planting in the spring to harvesting in the fall.
When the pumpkins are ready, we go through and we size them by like weight or just about approximate size, close to each other, and then price them that way.
The You Pick pumpkin sale has concluded for the year, but you can still buy pre-picked pumpkins at the farm stand located at the corner of Animal Science Road and Terraview Road. Reporting in Pullman, I'm Catherine Jones, Murrow, News 8.
Well, if you're looking for another place to get a pumpkin, Coldwell Banker Tomlinson Associates is hosting a pumpkin giveaway starting at 9 a.m. The festival is at 405 South Grand Avenue in Pullman and in the Moscow parking lot behind Wells Fargo. They will have candy, apple cider, cookies, and pumpkins until they're gone. They will also be collecting donations for the Pullman Food Bank.
It feels as if we're getting closer and closer to the holiday season, which means it's time to make some crafts. If you're willing to take a 30-minute drive to the small town of Viola this weekend, there will be a holiday craft fair on Saturday. The fair will run from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Viola Community Center. So go have some fun with your family tomorrow and make some crafts.
As part of the WSU Family Weekend, the School of Music is presenting their 36th annual Vocal Extravaganza tonight at 7:30 in Bryan Hall Theater. The concert is free to attend, but donations are welcome. WSU's Opera Workshop University Singers and the concert choir will perform. The Opera Workshop will feature collaborative pianist Elena Pachenko. Masks are required inside the theater.
We all love Bob Ross, right? Well, the University of Idaho is hosting a guided painting night called Happy Little Vandals. The event is going on tonight from 7 to 9 p.m. on U of I's campus at the International Ballroom in the Bruce M. Pittman Center. There is a limit of 150 people for this guided painting session, so RSVP with the university's CORQ app and arrive early so your spot is saved. You can also email the address on your screen if you have any questions.
The University of Idaho Department of Theater Arts will be performing Macbeth's Alba Gu Brath in the Hartung Theater in Moscow. U of I will be hosting the play this entire weekend and on October 21st, 22nd, and the 24th, and all curtain times are set for 7:30. Audience members are required to wear masks, and tickets range from 8 to 20 for the public and is free for U of I students. Well, it's been cold this week, but will we see some sunshine at the game on Saturday, Sona?
I hope so, Will. Sona Porter has some good news for you when we come back.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual, and she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, "Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you and we'll figure it out."
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
Welcome back. I have a feeling the sun will be shining tomorrow for Cougar football Saturday. Sona, what is the weather supposed to be like for us this weekend?
Yes, Dakota, you got that right. But first, let's look at today's forecast. So it was a little bit chilly this morning, but with the rain and snow that we woke up to on Wednesday, it's still better, I would say. It's going to be mostly sunny today with a high of 60 degrees and a low of 35 degrees. And sunset today is going to be at 6:01 p.m. And now let's take a look at tomorrow's forecast. And news for Coug fans out there. Tomorrow is going to be a sunny and beautiful day as you head out to tomorrow's game. Now it's going to be, we're going to have a high of 68 degrees and a low of 38 degrees. So you Coug fans out there, please get out, have fun and enjoy the game as it's going to be a comfortable day. And so now let's take a look at the state map. And over in Spokane, we have a high of 58 and a low of 37. And in Tri-Cities, it's looking beautiful and sunny with a high of 69 and a low of 44. And over at Yakima, it's not bad as well, as we have a high of 64 and a low of 40. And here in Pullman, it's a high of 60 degrees and a low of 35 degrees. Now let's look at the forecast for the west side. In Seattle, it is about a high of 58 and a low of 52, and in Olympia it's a high of 61 and a low of 49. Now let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. I'm going to step away so you can take a look at it. It looks pretty good for the rest of the week, mostly sunny. On Sunday it's going to be 67, a high of 67 and a low of 36. We'll also be expecting about 50% chance of rain, but so far it's going to be a beautiful week, so you might as well get out there and enjoy the weather because we have no idea when this is going to last. Back to you guys.
WSU soccer and volleyball both have games this weekend. Isaiah Sharp will get you ready for both matchups next.
And Jackson Scarum will be live from the RV lot with the Cougar football faithful after the break.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. I'm Isaiah Sharp with your sports. WSU women's soccer plays Arizona State tonight in Tempe. The Cougs are 4-1 in Pac-12 play this season and 10-2-1 overall. WSU is coming off a 2-0 win over Cal, with Sydney Pulver connecting on a penalty kick and assisting on an Elise Bennett score in the second half. Bennett leads the team with 8 goals this season. The Cougs play tonight at 7 p.m. WSU women's volleyball heads to Corvallis today in a matchup against the Beavers. The Cougs enter this week ranked 25th in the nation. WSU is 2-0 on the road against Pac-12 teams this season and will look to finish 4-0 after this weekend. After the Cougs play OSU, they will head to Eugene to take on the number 13 Oregon Ducks. Well, as the Cougs take on Stanford this weekend, Murrow News 8 reporter Jackson Scarum is live at Gillis Field. Jackson, let us know how things are looking out there. Some technical difficulties. Apologies for that, but there are tons of families out this weekend at Gillis Field. Many of the parents and family are coming because of Family Weekend. Unfortunately, the Jeff Dunham comedy cancellation brought a ton of people in with some disappointment, but a great event in the Coug game is going to be a fun one to look forward to. Tons of RV parking today as excited fans come for the game against Stanford. It is going to be a beautiful day, as Sona Porter said in our weathercast. Going to be about 70s, so tons of nice weather for this Coug game. Tomorrow's just going to be an absolute beautiful one with no clouds. It looks like you won't need to bring any raincoats or ponchos either. Tons of sunshine. The current record for the Cougs against Stanford is 29-40-1, so we'll see if those Cougs can get that score up to 30 and fix a record against Stanford. Jaden DeLora is currently tied for the Pac-12 lead with 12 passing touchdowns. This game could be the game that sees him head over to the top spot in the Pac-12. All the families are definitely looking forward to this one, and hopefully the Cougs will come out with their 5th straight win against Stanford. The game is going to start tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. and can be watched from Gillis Field or on ESPNU. Well, the Cougs are hosting Arizona and Arizona State today and tomorrow in swimming. WSU is having an invitational, and in their last invitational, they had a pair of top 10 finishes in their Team 800 free relay and their Team 200 free relay. The Cougs swim team is looking for its first program history win against Arizona. The Cougs are 2-6 all-time, though, against the Sun Devils. Well, the Kraken continue their inaugural season on Saturday against the Columbus Blue Jackets, looking for big win number 2. Seattle earned its first franchise win last night after left wing Brandon Tanev netted 2 big goals against the Predators. The Kraken have 3 more games away before they have their first home opener against the Vancouver Canucks on October 23rd. And the Seahawks may have a potential lefty quarterback starting. And no, it's not a name that is brand new. Russell Wilson was seen testing out his other throwing hand in practice. Wilson hopes to get back on the field soon after suffering a dislocated finger in the Hawks' loss against the LA Rams. As of this moment, quarterback Geno Smith will be the starter against Pittsburgh on Sunday. And the Dodgers are headed to the National League Championship Series after a hard-fought 5-game series against their division rival San Francisco Giants. Cody Bellinger hit a clutch 9th-inning go-ahead single to bring in Justin Turner and take the lead. A controversial judgment call in the bottom of the 9th led to the Dodgers win and scored starting pitcher Max Scherzer his first career postseason save. Just an incredible series out there. Well, that's all I have for sports today. Have a wonderful weekend and go Cougs.
Well, Will, I think we all collectively need a little bit of therapy after Adele's new single.
She really loves sitting in chairs and in her music videos. Murrow News 8 will be right back.
Months.
Hey, I'm Jim from across the street.
Years.
I'd like to give you this.
A lifetime. Can rush by without realizing what we're missing. But it doesn't have to be that way. We have a choice to take action. Visit maketheconnection.net to find out more.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it.
Well, after 6 years, Adele is finally back with new music. Yesterday, the singer-songwriter released Easy on Me, the first single from her upcoming album, 30. In a recent interview with Vogue, Adele opened up about the 3 years it took to create this album and how some of the music is influenced by her recent divorce. Listening to her first single in a while, we can tell you this album is going to be a sad one. Well, Dakota, we actually listened to her new song, and honestly, after 6 years, I can't say I'm too impressed, but I am very excited for the album. What about you?
Well, I thought the music was beautiful. She has a great voice, and I am so excited for the album to come out. But thanks for watching. If you missed anything in this or any of our previous newscasts, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel.
More news can be found at nwpb.org/mn8, and you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Keep up with us. Have a good night.